Daryl, thanks for joining us. Terrific result for you. What were your thoughts on the game?
Oh, well, it was a tough game. I mean, you know, the field's not changed much since last time we played, and that sort of impacted on the game, which it does. And you know, I don't think we handled it that much better than we did last time, but obviously we came out the other side and the boys had to work really hard. It was a tough game. I think Featherstone have shown over the last 3 weeks that they're a quality team and they're going to challenge everybody, and you know, there's some areas there that we're still growing as a team and need to be better at. But look, it was about winning that game and finding a way in tough conditions, and we did that. We were under pressure a lot of the second half, I thought, down the hill, or going up the hill, and you know, we give a lot of penalties away. I've questioned some of the balance of that, but look, it is what it is. We had to dig our way out of a really tough situation and find points, and you know, it's pleasing that we did that, and we learn a lot from it, and look to improve as a team and move on. We've got another tough game next week against Doncaster, and that's the way the Championship is. I just think we've got to get used to the comp, and you know, we're always under pressure. We feel like that, and we've got to sort of try and alleviate that, because we're expected to win, because of obviously where we've come from. But you know, we needed to win that game today, and I'm pretty pleased we did.
Is that one of the big takeaways? You know, your sort of pleasure with the courage and the determination when it really mattered was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were under so much pressure. You know, we had to constantly turn up for each other. We get a little bit of luck, I think, when they knock on from the kick, from the rebound. But then we end up getting points when we get ourselves in good field position, which we had none in the second half. So towards the back end there, it was pleasing that we managed to nail points, and you know, our left edge was pretty profitable for us tonight. Lachlan Walmsley finished fantastically well in the first half, but yeah, we were there, you know, just few and far between really in the second half, and we had to really battle hard defensively.
When conditions were better at the start of the game, they worsened in the second half, obviously. But you were quick out of the blocks in the first half and started really well. That 12-0 lead that you developed early was key to the win in a way, wasn't it?
But yeah, well, you know, that's obviously where we got our points from to put us into a commanding position, and then we sort of, you know, there's a couple of errors and penalties, and we knock off when they score that try straight from a tap, which is, you know, something that we've been trying to improve, really, our urgency when we're on tap restarts. Yeah, and then they get, you know, both tries scored on play one, which is disappointing. You know, I've not really had to work for it. The try that they scored from a scrum was a poor read from our left edge, and you know, we obviously look to continue to improve in those areas. Other than that, I thought we defended real tough, and we had to do is, I think Danny Addy's playing great in the middle for Featherstone, and they look a good side. They're real challenging. It
was edge of your seat stuff for the majority of the game. I'm guessing there wasn't too many times where you felt comfortable. Last couple of minutes maybe.
Yeah, and the clock had gone off then, so I didn't know it was last 2 minutes. So yeah, look, that was a real, you know, stressy game. I thought it was tight all the way through. You know, they've got good players across positions. They've done well building that squad after what happened to them at the end of the year, and you know, and they look real smart there. So they were real difficult to beat tonight, and I think the champ's going to be a real tough comp. And like I said earlier, I just think we've got to get to grips with what it is, and recognise that you've got to be good every week, or you're going to get knocked off. I think that's the reality of this competition.
That left-hand edge looks as though it's starting to come together. It was flowing for you at times tonight.
Yeah, I thought they were really effective. There was a couple of changes in Featherstone's team from last week on that edge, and I didn't talk about it too much before, but I just thought they executed really well early on, and then consistently really. Their execution was good, and Lachlan's finishing was good. So you know, the whole sort of left edge and middle unit, depending on what play you run, but you know, they were pretty effective with what they did, and you know, Featherstone come at you pretty heavy defensively on an edge, and we handled that really well, I thought, on our left.
some big performances in the middle as well. I mean, Walmsley naturally will get a lot of the headlines for his hat-trick of tries, great finishes, but some big efforts in the middle as well. Van Gaal looked, awesome in the middle tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he played in the back row actually, which I thought he was outstanding in the back row. Big, strong ball carrier. He hadn't played there an awful lot, and we're sort of putting him in there because we're a little bit light in the back row, and he's handled it real well. I thought Renaud Fatoni was good. I thought he had a real strong start to the game, and then when he came on, it was his run that put us in that position that gave us some kind of territory. So our middle, we've got a quality middle unit. We're still learning about each other. Obviously, Kai Rodwell played his first game tonight. We've got some new boys fresh to the English game, never mind the Championship, and we're all sort of learning on the hoof a little bit. But they had to work hard tonight. In those conditions, the middle unit is that's as tough as it gets, and they were pretty good tonight, I thought.
You mentioned Kai Rodwell, first game tonight. Not been in the country long. What were your thoughts on how he went?
Yeah, I thought he was pretty strong. Carried the ball well, and when he hits people, he's pretty solid. Yeah, so he's another guy who we've brought in and is learning about the game, young Australian middle, and he's gonna learn pretty fast. It's tough. It's always tough in the middle. I think he said after the game, never played anything like that before, which luckily he wanted a couple of weeks back. It's a little bit worse, but he was good, and like I say, I think we're learning about each other as a team and a unit and where we can improve, and some good things there tonight, but I think lots of things that we're going to get better at.
Last one from me. It would be wrong tonight not to talk about the support that you had in the stands. I mean, it was a great occasion with a great atmosphere, but the Trinity fans certainly made a great presence in the ground for you.
Yeah, well, look, they've been phenomenal, haven't they? I think the home game against Bradford was a sellout, and then to see that away end packed like it was great. That was a tough watch for them tonight, I think, because it takes you back. I watched the game at Odswell. It was 2-2 draw back in the day when I was supporting the game, and it's the last two games here have almost been like that. They've been real throwbacks, and it was tight and tough, and it was a great crowd, and really pleased to see so many of our supporters really getting behind the boys, and we like I say, we're growing, and we're gonna give them a fair bit more to cheer than we did today. But ultimately, it was about winning, and we were tough enough, which was really pleasing to get the game won tonight.
Thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.
You had Jay Pitts go off with what looked like the nasty leg injury. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's rolled his ankle. He's got a couple of issues with his ankle. His ligaments have pretty much gone. Not from tonight, but from previous injuries. So he's susceptible to rolling that ankle, and he's in a fair bit of pain with a fair bit of swelling. But we'll see how he is. Hopefully he's all right. We've got a 9-day turnaround now to Donny, so it gives him a little bit of time. Hopefully he's okay. It's pretty important for him.
You spoke about Kai Rodwell there. Are you still looking in that type of market, to bring in new players?
Oh, we should be all right in the middle unit now with Kai. I mean, obviously back row puts it shoves Isaiah out there if we're missing a back row, which we were tonight, and that makes us a little bit lighter. But we should be okay. We get back row, we get Griff available next week against Doncaster, and then that stiffens us up a little bit in the middle.
Cheers, Dave.